Alrighty, so in this video, we're going to essentially be going over is trading for you, right? This is a question that I've been getting from a lot of people like, what if I'm this? What if I'm that? What if this is happening? What if that's happening, right? So I'm going to essentially answer all the questions I've been getting amongst all my DMs. If you guys haven't noticed already, I did a setup upgrade because all of your guys' minds are addicted to short form media. So I had to up my retention rate to some aspect. The only way I was able to do that is obviously just through making my background nice and upping the quality overall. So I'm spending money for you guys, and I know it will all get back reinvested into all of your guys' progressions. So I know I'm doing a service by doing this. But anyways, talking about specifically why, right? We need to identify if trading is cut out, right? If we are cut out for trading. And this is important, right? So I'm going to go down through a list of things that we need to identify. Number one being, do we have self-disciplinary actions outside of trading, right? If the answer is yes, by all means start trading as soon as possible or continue trading, right? If the answer is no, we need to fix that or we need to go to a different business model, right? Because I would say you guys can make it in other business models by all means, 100%. Like even with shitty disciplinary actions, but in trading, you need to be a professional self-analyzer. You need to be able to analyze every aspect about your life. You need to be able to analyze if this is for you. You need to be able to analyze the charts. You need to be able to analyze your psychology. There's so many aspects in trading that we need to identify before then becoming the best possible version, specifically of the day trading version of ourselves, right? So, first things first, do we have self disciplinary actions outside of trading? What is self disciplinary actions, you may ask? Are we hitting the gym to the best of our ability? Are we counting our calories, right? Are we doing the best of our ability? Do we have control over our mind, right? When I say something in my current state, I do it at that exact moment. Are you guys, right? Let's say your mom tells you to take out the trash. Are you guys laying in your bed scrolling TikTok 15 minutes after and then going to do it 30 minutes after? Because you guys don't realize, but these little habits need to break, right? And the old version of yourself needs to die in order for the new version of yourself to be reborn, right? And to be able to conquer. That little 30 minutes accumulates into almost 16 hours on a month to month basis, right? If I break down the math, 30 minutes times 7 days out of the week is 210 minutes, which roughly equivalates, right, to 4 hours a week, right? 4 hours a week times 4 weeks, 16 hours. So you will ultimately have a competitive edge by having full control over your mind. You need to have full control over your mind in order to master trading, right? This is the God's honest truth, right? Any profitable day trader will agree with me on this, right? As a profitable day trader myself, right? I am telling you, you need to have full control over your mind. Why do you need to have full control over your mind, right? It's because of the aspects of over leveraging, over trading, right? These are all little habits that we need to have full control over our mind in order to conquer and prosper specifically in trading, right? You need to have self-analyzation and you need to be completely honest with yourself and your ability to act in order to see if day trading is really for you and if you're cut out to become a good day trader, right? And honestly, all of you guys have the ability to become good day traders, right? But there's a lot of things that we need to identify first to see how long it will take us, right? A lot of people will say, well, profitability is random, right? It's not. You can calculate it, but you need to be very honest with yourself in order to calculate it at a healthy estimate, right? So if someone comes to me and says, or if not says anything, but just the way that they talk, I can analyze how long it will take them to become profitable based on their IQ, based on their vocabulary, based off of critical thinking skills, right? There's so many individual things that I can base, right, my understanding of how long it's going to take them to become profitable. And the reason on why that is because day trading is all dependent on critical thinking skills, your ability to self analyze yourself, to be honest, to be truthful, the ability to have a high IQ, right? A lot of people nowadays lack a high IQ, and everyone has TikTok brain. And what TikTok brain is using low IQ vocabulary, right? People can't speak nowadays because they just regurgitate information that they view on TikTok. Bruh, Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, bruh. look, I'm not trying to be Mr. Smartass. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be, oh, I'm smarter than all of you guys. But this is the honest truth. Like, you guys don't realize the amount of content that you consume on a day-to-day basis affects your intelligence, right? So in my current state, I try to consume as little possible social media as possible, right? And I try to be a producer, right? And honestly, by doing so, I've noticed my IQ has drastically increased, right? I became smarter, I became a better day trader, and these are things you need to self-analyze. So number one, right? Back to the point. Number one, do we have the ability to self-analyze, right? And do we have the ability of self-discipline, right? If the answer is no, right, you need to work on that ASAP, because that is what the key to all of this, self-discipline. Number two, are we smart or dumb, right? You guys all, if you don't have an ego, can identify if you're smart or dumb, right? Think about all the actions that you have gone through in your life, right? And God's honest truth, when I first started day trading, I was stupid as fuck. And that's why it took me very long to get good at this. My IQ has drastically increased over the last 7 years, right? Maybe that was to account because I started when I was 12 years old and I'm now 19. Maybe it was to the fact of a bunch of different extents, right? But what I've noticed is my IQ has dramatically increased since I first started, right? And the reason on why that is because I have tested my critical thinking abilities and my critical thinking skills all along, right? In trading, right, I like this analogy the most ever, right? We are scientists. We create a hypothesis and we act on our hypothesis. And if our hypothesis is correct, we get a lot of money. And if our hypothesis is incorrect, we get money taken from us, right? So the better day trader you are, specifically, the better critical thinking ability you have, the better IQ you have, the better human you are, right? The better day trader you are. So number two, do we have a high IQ or low IQ? If the answer is low IQ, we need to practice habits that allows us to become a high IQ individual. Now, how do we become a high IQ individual? We become a high IQ individual by stop consuming and stopping to consume short form media, because short form media is the ultimate reason on why every motherfucker in today's society is basically a dumbass, right? Because you don't have time to think about anything. You don't have time and you lack the ability to critically think because you're constantly consuming new information in the span of seconds, right? You scroll on one video, I consumed a new video, a new person, a new vocabulary, new wordage, and then you scroll another second, right? You don't even get through the first second of the video. So right now I'm practicing a social media detox. I literally unfollowed every single person that I know on Instagram. I follow like 100 people now. The reason on why that is because I just used to overstimulate myself on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, right? So I would say, like, for all of you guys that are really trying to lock in, don't completely delete social media, because I never preach cold turkey. Like, if you ever want to quit a bad habit that you guys have, don't immediately just delete everything. Slowly but surely start to remove yourself, right? I produce um, media, right? I don't consume it really much anymore. And I've noticed my IQ has dramatically changed specifically because I started doing that. So that's number two. Are we stupid or are we smart, right? And if you don't have an ego and you self-analyze yourself as a professional, you can have a truthful, honest answer. So that's number two. Number three is going to be, do we have complete control over our mind? So this kind of relates to number one, right? But it's more in depth, right? To certain little minor extents, right? I mentioned earlier in the video, right? Do we have the ability to have control over our mind when we want to do something, right? And it can be as little as taking out the trash, right? Waking up at a set time that you set for yourself, going to bed at a set time, doing things with intention, right? And this is another thing I will constantly repeat to you guys: do things with intention, right? You guys all lack the ability to have intentional thought process, right? You are doing things randomly, and this relates back into trading. You guys take a fair value gap entry. You have no critical thinking skills or ability. What's the draw on liquidity? What's the narrative, right? What is order flow telling you, right? Is there an SMT? Is there a PD array? These are all things you guys lack. You guys lack the ability to do because you have no critical thinking skills. Your average IQ has been diminished from short form content. You guys are scrolling and consuming new content on a second basis that doesn't give you the time to think or critically think about the video that you just watched. There was a study done by Harvard or somewhere, and it said a person doesn't even know the like fourth video they scrolled past, right? So if you go scroll 5 videos right now, you can't tell me what was the first video that you scrolled past or watched. The reason on why that is because you're constantly consuming new information, which then ultimately leads you down, right? A lower IQ leads you down the ability to not critical think, right? You don't have the ability to critical think, which leads you down being a dumbass, which then leads you down to having no self-discipline or self-control, which then leads you down to not being a good day trader, which then leads you down to being depressed because you're shit at everything. And it all is rooted from what? Something as simple as short form media. And these are all things you guys don't take into account. You guys need to start thinking why things happen. Wake up. Wake up to reality. Why are things happening? What is causing things to happen? Right? And this all relates back into trading. And you might ask, well, this is bullshit. There's no way this has a direct correlation with trading. It does, my friend. I promise you it does. And the one thing I could tell myself, looking back on my entire journey, is to become the best critical thinker on the planet. Because if you look at the most intelligent human beings and the most rich human beings on the planet, the one skill that they have amongst all skills is specifically critical thinking. They're able to plan their attack 30 steps ahead. They know their 30th move when they're on the first step and the first move. This is why we look at chess players, and chess players are natively very smart human beings, right? What I want you guys to practice the habits of is understand what and why price are doing certain things, right? What is the reasoning? And if you lack the reasoning, then you lack the strategy. And if you lack the strategy, either pay for information or go study the fuck out of every single free content that you guys can possibly find. Now, when I say go study every free content piece, right? Find one person you guys like that consistently posts free content and only listen to them. And this is another thing. Coming into number 4, do we have shiny object syndrome? What is shiny object syndrome? Shiny object syndrome is when you feel the need and the necessity to constantly look at multiple things simultaneously. So, for example, a lot of people will fail, and the reason on why they'll fail is because they'll get 4 mentors at once, and they'll be learning 4 different concepts that are completely different from each other at once, right? Another thing that I see a lot of people do, right, is they join my Discord and they try to consume the 50 hours of lectures in the span of a day or two. And I'm telling you, G, right, if you do that, you are asking for failure. There is no possibility that you can digest that many hours of content in the span of a day to 2 days. It's physically impossible. The problem is what is the problem here? Short form media has destroyed your attention span, which then ultimately leads you down, not having the ability to sit down and watch videos that can change your life. This is how deep and deeply rooted all of these things are. You guys think, oh, this guy's chatting shit right now. He doesn't know anything. TikTok has no correlation with how I trade. It does, G. Because if you look at it from an external point of view, right? As a professional, we analyze everything because we are good day traders. We analyze every realm of our life, not just trading. And I'm telling you, I've analyzed myself, and this is a reason on why it took me so long to do this, right? I looked at it from a third person point of view. Why can I have the attention span of digesting information? Well, let me think, right? Let me think positively. Well, maybe it's because short form media has completely deteriorated my attention span. I have no ability to think anymore, which then correlates into my critical thinking skills and my ability to critically think, which then has a direct correlation on trading. Because if you lack critical thinking skills in trading, that ultimately, right, allows you to become a failure of a trader. So everything is rooted in a deep funnel, right? Nothing is random, right? These things aren't just random. Oh, well, why isn't this clicking for me? I feel hopeless. You feel hopeless right now because you lack the ability to critically think. Your brain has been tarnished from short form media, which has then caused you to have no ability to critical think, which then causes you not to look at the marketplace or the charts, right? You're just like a lost goose, lost little duck. Me and my homies, right? We'll call each other sitting ducks. Like if some of us are slacking off or we're not doing anything, right? We'll literally call each other like sitting ducks. You're just a sitting duck, bro. Like as a joke. But that's actively what you guys are, just sitting ducks, right? Constantly failing, no ability to critically think, no ability to self-analyze as a professional, no ability to do anything, and you're just sitting there hoping for a miracle. When in reality, you know deep down what the solution to your problems are. Bruh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know because you're a dumbass and you have no ability to critically think. And why don't you have the ability to critical think or critically think? Specifically because of the fact that social media and short form media has tarnished your ability to think because it deteriorates your attention span, right? You literally cannot consume content, long form content anymore. I challenge you guys, right? I challenge you guys to go watch a YouTube video that's boring as hell. Go try to find the most boring YouTube video and sit there for 30 minutes. Right? Watch the video for 30 minutes. This is ultimately, I check the statistics and the data on all my videos. Right? I give you guys step-by-step explanations on how to literally change your life. And the drop off is like in the first 3 minutes out of a 30-minute video. And this is ultimately why every single human being will fail. Because you have no attention span left. So short form content and short form media has essentially rewired your subconscious mind to fail. You can't even sit and watch a video anymore, G. Which then leads to your critical thinking ability, which then leads to trading, which then leads to you not being able to do anything, which then leads to you being a sitting duck, hoping and praying for a miracle, sitting there like a dumbass. Guys, if I have to tell you guys a structure in which to follow, this is the structure. This is the mental model I would literally say for all of you guys, right? Focus on critical thinking, focus on self-disciplinary actions outside of trading, then it'll trail inside of trading. Focus on critical thinking skills. I've probably already mentioned that, but focus on critical thinking skills. Focus on negative self-sabotage in the sense of how do I fix self-sabotage, right? You guys don't even realize, but even the little words that you guys say on a day-to-day basis has self-sabotaging aspects to your guys' lives. You'll say it in your username, I'm a broke dumbass, or I'm a dumbass, or I'm broke, right? Or I'm an idiot for taking this trade. You are what you say you are, G. Every single thing is a visualization on your life, right? If you think you are some way, you will be that way. I thought I was the fucking man before I ever became the man, and now I am the man, and I still have so much room to grow, and I still think I'm the man. And I'm actively becoming the man every single day, better and better. I'm nowhere near my goals, nowhere near my aspirations. I'm doing very exceptionally well for my age. Thank God, right? But I still got so much more to do. I genuinely want to conquer social media because I think I have a positive message that can be shared amongst hundreds and thousands, if not millions of people worldwide. And I think I can have the ability to genuinely impact people. But these are all things that you guys need to analyze. Why are things happening in my life? What is the reasoning? What is the root cause? And then we build, right, a full breakdown because we have the ability to critically think. You guys lack critical thinking skills because of short form content. You have deteriorated your attention span. You cannot sit at a 20, 30-minute long video that has the ability to change your life. That's the God's honest truth. Anyways, I just wanted to jump on here to tell you guys to see if you're cut out for trading or not, and then how to solve your issues. I love you guys so much. Tomorrow's Friday. It's currently midnight. I've been constantly just grinding for YouTube, Discord members, all that good stuff. So I've been kind of waking up late, not trading the AM sessions, which I'm fine with because I'm still capitalizing. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I wish nothing but the best for you guys. Guys, you guys have literally access to me if you want to pay for information, or if you guys want, right, some form of guidance or help. You guys can literally DM me on all social media platforms. Right? Kind of boggles my mind that I get like 2 to 3,000 views a video, and I only get like 1 to 10 DMs a day. I'm actively saying I will help you guys out and throw you guys some form of value in my DMs. If you guys genuinely are struggling with something, please come to me. I will help you to the best of my ability. I love you guys, seriously. The reason why I love you guys is because I know exactly the things you guys are going through. And look, I don't blame you. It's a very hard journey. It's extremely difficult. One of the most difficult things that you could possibly face on the planet Earth. I was there and I made it. Use me as an example. Use me as your motivation. I'm just a normal kid that used to be a dumbass. And now I'm pretty smart. Now I'm pretty self accomplished. Right? I wish nothing but the best for you guys, truly, honestly. And I truly want to see change for you guys. I probably am one of the only people on YouTube that actually wants change for anyone that comes into his life. Right? If you guys need anything from me, please DM me. If you made it to the end of this video, say at Salman Nasiri, I'm cut out for this. So I know you are cut out for this, and you made it to the end of this video. At Salman Nasiri, I am cut out for this. I love you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video.